It is really great to see everyone. Thanks for coming out. It's just great to be back in person. I mean, it's just not the same to do it virtually, though we also welcome all those who are with us virtually because now we do these events hybrid, and so we're streaming this, and so everybody out there who couldn't be here in person, thank you for joining us virtually. And thank you to everyone for attending. Let me begin by saying that I hope you and everyone in your family are well. You know, we're coming through a really difficult time. I mean, the pandemic has affected all of us in all kinds of ways. And hopefully things are getting better for you and your loved ones. Certainly things seem to be getting back to normal here at WVSOM, and we're really happy about that. It's really great to have a more normal life. And hopefully, I know certainly I, appreciate things more. And I hope you do too. Like I said, we've come out of a long sort of winter, and springtime is my favorite time of the year, and let's just enjoy the spring, though tomorrow it's going to be more like winter. Anyway, today we're going to recognize faculty, staff, and students for their many accomplishments. But before we recognize individuals for their specific achievements, I want to recognize everyone who is, working to make WVSOM the best osteopathic medical school it can be. I especially want to acknowledge everyone's incredible work, during an effort during the pandemic. I can't be more grateful to the faculty and the staff who delivered the curriculum safely to our students and kept students on track. I can't thank them enough. As well as, the students, your patience, understanding, and cooperation has been admirable and is greatly appreciated. Thank you to each of you for what you do every day for others to make life a little bit better. Everyone at WVSOM is important and is valued, and I'm proud of all of you for what you accomplish in your work and in your medical studies. I especially want to commend all the students for their hard work, dedication, and caring for each other, and caring not only for the WVSOM community, but for the community at large. I mean, the number of volunteer hours that you give is just truly remarkable. I would also like to recognize our many benefactors who have given of their treasure to help our students. You'll get to hear about these women and men who fund the many scholarships that will be awarded today. In fact, we will be providing awards to over 80 students in 34 categories, totaling $465,316. So we're happy to do that. We greatly appreciate the continued support of our benefactors in assisting our students in their pursuit of an osteopathic medical education. I also want to acknowledge the special contribution made by the WVSOM Foundation in providing additional dollars to supplement some of our awards today. I'd like to recognize the many guest presenters that we have with us today. We have presenters today from as far away as Weirton to Bluefield. We very much appreciate your efforts to take time out of your busy schedules to be here today to recognize the accomplishments of our students. Also like to recognize our Board of Governors members who are with us today, Faculty Representative Dr. Peter Ward and Staff Representative Marley Dunbar. Finally, I want to thank the faculty, staff, and their students and their families, some family members here. That was great, and guests for being here to celebrate. I think it's important to celebrate. We have lots of awards to present this afternoon, so let's get this show on the road. And I have the honor of presenting the first two awards. The Dr. Roland P. Sharp President and Foundation Award of Excellence for Student Achievement was established by the WVSOM Foundation and named after Dr. Sharp, who served as WVSOM's first president from 1974 to 1978. You know, I want to especially acknowledge the work of Dr. Sharp, who I knew. He was a wonderful man, lived to 105, practiced into his 90s, lived up in Pocahontas County, he was a coal camp doc, and also lived in the Summersville area. I want to especially acknowledge his work at this time because, you know, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary of WVSOM's founding this year. And, you know, truly Dr. Sharp's leadership in those early days is one of the reasons why WVSOM is here today. The school could have easily gone under during that fragile time in our history, and it didn't. And there were a lot of people who took care of this place, but certainly Dr. Sharp's leadership is commendable. This scholarship is awarded to a first-year student based on academic performance, osteopathic professional interest, leadership, and citizenship. It is my pleasure to present this award and check for $2,500 to Benjamin Jack. Each year, one student is selected from each of the colleges of osteopathic medicine to be honored as the Student DO of the Year for their college. Nominations for this award are solicited from the entire WVSOM community, faculty, and students. Nominees submit an essay and a current CV to a selection committee composed of class representatives and faculty. The recipient is selected based on a scoring system developed by the Council of Student Government Presidents. So it's, you know, the criteria is defined at the national level. Candidates are judged on service, leadership, and commitment to the osteopathic profession. It is my pleasure to present a check for $2,000 to Matthew Parsley.
I have to first say that Dr. Sharp hired me a few years ago, and he told me at 105, I wish I'd never quit seeing patients. And I said, why not? He said, because now I feel tired. So just keep that in mind. You may only make it to 105 if you quit seeing patients too early. I'm here to give the Osteopathic Principles and Practices Integration Faculty Teaching Awards. This was created to recognize those persons teaching WVSOM students who have excelled in integrating osteopathic concepts and/or manipulation and manipulative principles into their teaching. 3 awards are granted annually, one for Biomedical Sciences faculty member, one for the Clinical Sciences faculty member, and one for our Adjunct Clinical Science preceptor, that whole cadre of several hundred out in the 3rd and 4th year. Full-time OP&P faculty members are excluded, as you might guess. Okay, if they're not doing it, they should be. The recognition includes a frame certificate, a cash award, and a permanent recognition by having their name engraved on a plaque in the OCS classroom. This year's recipients are for Biomedical Sciences faculty, a person who comes from my neck of the woods, Prescott, Arizona, Rebecca Scopa Kelso. Rebecca. For the Clinical Sciences Faculty, Full-Time Faculty Award goes to Chelsea Fager, DO, who was unable to be here with us today, but we will give it to Dr. Andrea Nazar, who's her chair, and don't spend the check. And the very last, but certainly not least, from our cadre of preceptors out in the field, working for little or nothing, mostly for nothing, training our third and fourth year students. That's 400 students every year, and they have them most every month. This one is also an RHI provider. That is, he's involved with the RHI program, Rural Health Initiative program, and has been one of the mentors for that program as well. So it's extra duties besides, above and beyond, and this is elected by all of those faculty, statewide campus, and others that know him and have worked with him. It's Dr. Peter Palko. Pete?
The Golden Key Award was established in 1978 by the Atlas Club. The award, presented annually, recognizes a clinical and biomedical science faculty member. Students nominate and vote for faculty members who, in their opinion, have made significant contributions to their osteopathic medical education. This year's recipients are Dr. Lauren Miller, who isn't with us here today, but Dr. Zar is going to accept on her behalf. And then we have Dr. Kristen Stover.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Manuel Ballas. I'm president of the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Alumni Association, and I came to show Dr. Foster that he's not the only one that can make cowboy boots and a cowboy hat look okay. But I have the honor of presenting the WVSOM Alumni Association Scholarship. This goes to the students who show osteopathic interest, leadership, and citizenship. I can remember when we had one scholarship, and it was like a $500 scholarship, and we thought we were doing a great deal. But luckily, the Alumni Association has grown, and we hope that it continues to grow, and your help is needed, and that is joining and taking a part and a role in that wonderful organization for this just absolutely great school. We now are in a position that we are providing two $5,000 scholarships for the above students who have met that qualification by writing essays and having different members of the Alumni Association review their letters and pick the two most, what we felt were the most worthy. This year's recipients are Brooke Siemens and Benjamin Van Tassel.
Good afternoon. The West Virginia Emulation Endowment Trust with Dr. Olin E. Jones Jr. Scholarship. The Mayer Foundation's primary mission is to support higher education for West Virginia students, particularly need-based scholarships. This scholarship fund is part of the West Virginia Emulation Endowment Trust. Each scholarship fund is named after someone their board felt we should try to emulate, hence the name Emulation Endowment Trust. The West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine Scholarship Fund was established in 2016 and named after Dr. Olin E. Jones, Jr. Dr. Jones served as president at WVSOM from 1987 until 2009. These scholarships are awarded to West Virginia students based on scholastic achievement, leadership, character, and need. 5 recipients have been chosen by the WVSOM Foundation Board of Directors and are being awarded a total of $8,300. 3 of these award winners are fourth-year students and will be presented during graduation awards on May the 2nd. 2 students are receiving their awards here today. In first place, receiving $2,650 is Haley Craig. And in second place, receiving $1,000 is Caleb Duncan. If you'd please come up. So they're not going to invite me back because I don't know how to tip the award. The next one is the Foundation Scholars Award. This award recognizes West Virginia residents from specific counties who are willing to stay in West Virginia to practice after residency, preferably in a rural, underserved area, and those students are also in good academic standing. 2 recipients have been chosen by the WVSOM Foundation Board of Directors and are being awarded a total of $6,000. First place, receiving $4,000, is Seth Graham. And in second place, receiving $2,000, is Kayla Vaughn. The Legacy Scholarship Endowment. This scholarship was created by the WVSOM Foundation in an effort to help offset the cost of medical school. It is the vision of the foundation to grow this endowment large enough to be able to provide some form of financial assistance to every WVSOM student to help ensure that WVSOM continues to be the leader of excellence in medical education. Because educational debt, as you know, is the biggest burden now facing medical students, the Legacy Scholarship Endowment will help to provide meaningful scholarships to deserving students to help make medical school more affordable. A scholarship of $5,000 is being awarded to the following recipient chosen by the Foundation Board: Brian Moore. The Gerald Family Award. The Gerald Family Award was established by Gregory Gerald, D.O., West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine, class of 1997, along with his wife Penny. This gift will provide for an award to be given annually to a rising second-year student in good standing who is a West Virginia resident in select counties. This year's recipient receiving $5,000 each are John Craig. You guys have been clapping after each one. And Caleb Duncan.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my honor to give out scholarship awards for the Encova Scholars Award. 12 WVSO students are receiving recognition for the Encova Scholars Award, totaling $40,000 that was donated by Encova Foundation of West Virginia. Recipients are chosen based upon having a familiar relationship with or being from a state served by Encova, having a parent who has had a permanent or total disability or passed away from a work-related injury or has had an unusual and verified financial hardship. This year's scholarship recipients are Mariah Berman, and we're going to wait and take your picture later, but come on up and get your award. Is that how we're doing? Hold your applause too, because I have a lot of people. I don't know how I won this one, but I did.
And we'll take the group picture after.
Okay. And we'll take the group picture afterwards as well. So Mariah Berman, congratulations. Caleb Duncan, Abigail Effingham, Madeline Gwynn, Abundance Hunt, Taylor Jones, Nathaniel Jordan, Talusi Kulasinger, Allison Moore, Tanner Moore, Ryan Murphy, and Saida Rook. Give them all a big round of applause. Congratulations. Like I said, we'll take pictures after the ceremony, and then we'll get a group picture as well. The next award is the West Virginia State Medical Association Alliance Scholarship Fund. The West Virginia State Medical Association Alliance Scholarship Fund provides scholarships for medical students from West Virginia who have a desire to practice in the state and after they graduate. The Alliance is an organization that is comprised of physicians' spouses who, in the fall of 2016, established an endowment at each of the 3 medical schools in West Virginia. On behalf of the WVSMA Alliance, I am happy to present this check for $1,500 to Matthew Parsley. The next award is the Frederick W. Smith Memorial Family Practice Scholarship. The Frederick W. Smith Memorial Family Practice Scholarship was named after Frederick W. Smith, who served WVSOM for 20 years in multiple roles, including Executive Vice President at the time of his passing in 1996. To be eligible for consideration, the student must be a West Virginia resident who plans to practice family medicine, is completing their second year of medical education, in the upper two-thirds of their class academically, and they must exhibit a strong interest in school and community welfare. The WVSOM Foundation Board of Directors is very proud to present this year's scholarship for $1,000 to Miss Elizabeth Coyle. Yes, he's going to present it. Okay. The next one that we're presenting today is the Samantha Ketchum Muncie Primary Care Memorial Scholarship. The Samantha Ketchum Muncie Scholarship was created in honor of a class of 2015 student who was killed in an automobile accident during her third year of studies at WVSOM. Samantha was a compassionate person with a solid work ethic, and she was very dedicated to helping serve her community. The annual scholarship is awarded to a third-year student from West Virginia, preferably from Barber, McDowell, Taylor, Preston, or Harrison counties, who intends to remain in the state to practice medicine in primary care specialties and who represents the character and qualities that Samantha embodied. This year's recipient receiving a $1,200 scholarship is Raviraj Seshadosma. And he was unable to attend today, and I apologize to you, Ravi, for messing your name up. Let's congratulate him, Doug. He may be watching. Thank you.
The Dr. William B. Mullen and Jennifer White Scholarship was established in 2012 to honor Dr. William Mullen, WVSOM class of 1990, and his compassionate care for his patients, and particularly in memory of Gary and Joanne White's daughter, Jennifer. I can tell you Dr. Mullen is a legend in the Logan, West Virginia area where he practices. He's truly an incredible person who has delivered unbelievable care and delivered that care to the White's daughter. And they have shared with me that because of Dr. Mullen's care of their daughter, she lived a much longer life than was anticipated. And so they are grateful beyond belief. To be eligible for this scholarship, the students must be from Southern West Virginia, preferably Mingo or Logan County. The students are evaluated on academic achievement, financial need, and are typically a member of the first-year class. A total of $9,000 is being awarded today. Unfortunately, Gary and Joanne White could not be with us in person today. I hope they're with us virtually. But on behalf of the Harless and White families, it is my pleasure to announce this year's recipients who will receive a check for $3,000 each. And the recipients are John Craig, Caleb Duncan, and Abigail Effingham. Congratulations. Thank you.
We'll take your picture and stand there. Yes.
Abigail, congratulations.
We'll get your picture.
Caleb, congratulations. I would ask that Dr. Richard McClung please join me at the podium. The Eugene McClung, MD Family Scholarship was established by the family of Eugene McClung, MD, I'm going to get a little bit choked up here. Dr. McClung was my father-in-law. To honor his service to the profession of medicine, Dr. McClung was a graduate of Duke University School of Medicine, an Army Purple Heart and Bronze Star recipient. He was shot up on the fields of France during World War II, and he was truly a leader. He was a leader in this community, and he did things like he helped develop the community college we have. He practiced internal medicine in Lewisburg from 1957 until his untimely death in 1988. I'm emotional about Dr. McClung because he's really the reason why I'm here today. It was because of his daughter and my relationship with his daughter, who I married, who died 13 years ago, that I'm standing and talking to you. He was the one that recruited me. He was the one that convinced me to move here, even though I didn't have a job at the school yet. He is my epitome. Even though he was an MD, he's my epitome of what a family medicine, internal medicine doc is. He practiced very osteopathically, and in spite of the fact that he was trained in an allopathic institution. He is a legend in this valley. People still remember him. He did everything from delivering babies in people's homes to seeing them die in their homes. That's the type of physician he was. He was an incredible man. This award is open to any student who is a first-generation college graduate in the top 25% academically and has exhibited a strong interest in community involvement. And before I announce, actually, Dr. McClung will announce the winner. You know, Dr. Rick McClung is the oldest son of Dr. Eugene and Ernestine McClung. He's a retired orthodontist who has served this community for decades. And he's also served for many years on the WVSOM Foundation. And he's my brother-in-law. So I'll give the honor to Dr. McClung.
Thank you. This year's recipient of a $2,000 scholarship award is Tal Englert. Tal.
Congratulations.
Take this first. Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Connolly, and Dr. Nimitz, it's hard to follow you, but I just want to start out by saying, you know, I think when I look out in this crowd, I think about this is where we can change the world. It starts right here. I think about myself, the son of a coal miner from Nicholas County, West Virginia, and I think about having a hand in people's health care, and everyone here, we have a hand in someone's health care. You know, it's estimated that you will come in contact with approximately 10,000 people in your lifetime. And if you were just to change 10 people, and those people were to touch 10 people, and there's 780 students roughly, 780 students at WSOM, if you all touch 10 people, that's 7,800 people. And those 10 people, 78,000. So you can see how that just continues to propagate. And I just want to look out in this crowd and I just see people that I went to school with and students here. And, you know, there's certain things I think that, you know, we've been given a great responsibility to take care of people. And, you know, I think when I think about this scholarship, I think about Loretta Moore and some of the things that, you know, she, you know, impressed upon me. And just a handful of simple things. You know, one, when we go through our life, you know, and you want to be successful is, you know, be on time. If you can't be on time, then be early, okay? You know, pay attention when you're on your rotations and people talk to you and they can educate you because you learn so much more, you know, with your mouth closed. And then give give effort. Give effort. You know, I look at my students out here, I see students that have been with me and Greg Gerald, who we went to school together, and just give effort. You know, give 110%. The only difference between extraordinary and ordinary is one little word, and that's extra. Before I came in, some people were asking me how Loretta Moore died. I'd like to tell you how she lived. So I'm here to present the Loretta Moore Scholarship, who was in my class. She was in the class in '97, such as me. And in 1994, a friend to us in our class was brutally murdered in an attempt to escape an abusive situation and to build a better life for herself and her two young sons. Despite the problems tearing her apart in her personal life, Loretta Moore maintained her good academic standing, continued to raise and love her children, and even found time to help other classmates with difficult subjects. Everyone who met her were touched by her in some way with her quiet strengths. And for everyone whom she loved, she actually had a hand, like we talk about, and made someone's life better. The Loretta Moore Scholarship Fund was established by friends, classmates, faculty, and staff who wanted to honor the life and memory of this extraordinary young woman. The recipient of this award in their first-year class who has overcome obstacles in order to succeed, the recipient of this award should be aware that this is indeed quite an honor. It recognizes the recipient has determination to reach goals and strength that will get them through life and difficult times, and have a spirit, the one like Loretta's, that can't be broken. So on behalf of her friends and in memory of Loretta Moore, I'm proud to present the Loretta Moore Scholarship Foundation Scholarship Award in the check in the amount of $1,250, and the award goes to Nauman Shahid.
Hi, I'm Ryan Runyon. I'm here to talk about the Ron Billups Scholarship. I met Ron just before classes started here for us in 1998. We had similar interests and we were from the same area of the state, and we became fast friends. Ron and I and a handful of other students became regular study partners. He had been an ER nurse prior to coming to medical school. He was very bright, did very well from the start. He helped a lot of us digest the more difficult material and enjoyed the process. We enjoyed the process of quizzing each other. He had an intense and long-lasting focus. But now Ron was one of those people who were simultaneously high-strung and laid back. You got those in your class too, I'm sure. He enjoyed shooting handguns and listened to classic rock for relaxation. He joined the military during our first year and had basic training over the summertime, coming back 20 pounds lighter and seemingly more carefree. Studying resumed and the second year passed quickly. During third year, we saw each other every few weeks. He had several rotations in the Princeton Bluefield area. Then in January of 2000, Ron was killed in a car wreck. The vast amount of time spent with classmates forges strong bonds. The people you sit beside of and lecture become the ones you study and socialize with after 5 p.m. Ron helped several of us struggle through those first 2 years. His family and classmates thought the best way to honor him was to continue helping others by starting the Ron Billups Scholarship, which has amassed enough funding to perpetuate a small amount of money each year. The Ron Billups Scholarship benefits a rising first-year student from southern West Virginia or southwestern Virginia. We do this to honor Ron. We do this to honor the recipient. And we do this just to think about those people we see every day that may be gone in the next instant. So I encourage all of you just to keep that in mind and just cherish those friendships and relationships you have. And don't be afraid to reach out and let somebody know you love them. This year's recipient of $1,000 is Cody Fuller.
The Greenbrier Military School Alumni Association has been a strong ally of the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine throughout our history, and we are pleased to have their continued support. Each year, the GMS alumni return to campus to celebrate their years of success and service to this community, as well as other communities within the state and service to our country. It is always exciting to have them back on campus, an event we look forward to each fall. And in fact, this year is especially exciting because in addition to being the 50th anniversary of WVSOM's founding, it is also the 50th anniversary of the closing of the Greenbrier Military School, because we're on what used to be their campus. We are planning to celebrate together on the third weekend in October of this year, and we're going to have a parade. So for those of us who are here in Lewisburg, we're going to have fun with that. GMS alumni have served as models and mentors for leadership and service to others. It's remarkable when you go around this state how many people are connected to that military school. People like the governor and all kinds of people are connected to this military school. Bob Evans was a graduate of the military school. True leaders in service to others and recognize the commitment to those qualities in our osteopathic medical students by awarding a scholarship to 2 students completing their first year of medical school at WVSOM. Each recipient will receive a check for $1,000 in addition to a plaque and recognition at the GMS Alumni Dinner in the fall. It is now my privilege to present the GMS Alumni Scholarship to Samantha DiMartino and Dante Mattioli.
The Dr. Cheryl and Michael Edelman WVSOM Leadership Scholarship is awarded to a student who's demonstrated character and leadership during their time at WVSOM and who has the potential to be a future leader in the osteopathic profession. Dr. Michael Edelman served WVSOM for 16 years as the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean, and then President. Being the leader takes courage and conviction, as well as a lot of time, energy, and self-reflection. While it takes an incredible commitment to become an osteopathic physician, great leadership requires an even higher level of commitment and sacrifice. This year, the recipient of the Leadership Scholarship is an individual who has shown an extraordinary level of commitment and service to their fellow students and WVSOM. Receiving $1,000 is Mark Haft.
This next award is in honor of Dr. Paul Clayman, who was raised in an orphanage with his brother by nuns, was really a bootstraps person who found his way entirely on his own without family support. He became an osteopathic physician, and I met him in 1965 as he was an intern at Tucson General Hospital, where I was an x-ray technician. Dr. Clayman had been an x-ray technician before he went to osteopathic medical school, and we always thought we'd practice together. Well, in 1978, I was in practice in Tucson, and Paul Clayman called me up, and he practiced in Wilcox, Arizona. He said, they're starting this school to train rural physicians. And I said, where is that? And he said, West Virginia. So Paul Clayman called me in 1978, recruited me soon after he got here, and I could say the rest is history, but very much kindred souls, and I'm sure he's here today smiling on this institution. He had a great deal of love in this place and invested in it. So I'll read you this. The Paul Clayman DO Family Practice Student Award was created in memory of Dr. Paul Clayman and is sponsored by the Clayman family, West Virginia Society of the American College of Osteopathic Family Physicians, along with WVSOM Foundation this year, and is named in his honor for serving WVSOM from 1978 to 1994. He stayed around for years after that. As a faculty member in the Department of Clinical Sciences, he practiced family medicine for 28 years in Arizona and West Virginia, served on the Board of Governors of this school, and was active member of the West Virginia Osteopathic Medical Association. He was also the only one to get Practitioner of the Year and the Mountaineer Address Award in the same year. And no one has done that before or after. Those were big awards at that time. His favorite thing in all the world of family practice medicine was delivering babies. And that's why he called me. He said, let's start an OB program here. Applicants for the scholarship have written an essay entitled Preserving Osteopathic Principles While Practicing Family Medicine in West Virginia. In this essay, they specified their plan to practice family medicine using osteopathic manipulative medicine as part of his or her treatment of patients. Applicants are dedicated to osteopathic principles and willing to instill the importance of osteopathic practices and principles in the next generation of WVSOM students. West Virginia Society of the ACOP joins Clayman family in remembering Dr. Clayman by adding an additional $300 for this recipient. In doing so, we acknowledge Dr. Clayman's many years of service to the osteopathic profession and to family practice. Along with ACOFP and the foundation has donated an additional $800 to make award for this year $2,100. So this one also has help from the foundation that already gave several. So the winners this year, first place receiving $1,100 is Caleb Duncan. Caleb. And then second place goes to, $1,000 goes to Abundance Hunt, local girl.
Dr. Marlene Wagger was a professor of family medicine and geriatrics at WVSOM for 15 years and one of my mentors before retiring in 2007. While here, she established the Moss Scholarship, or Marlene's Out-of-State Student Scholarship, which are given annually to first-year out-of-state students. We are awarding scholarships in the amount of $1,200 each to 15 out-of-state students, along with a frame certificate for a total of $18,000. Please hold your applause to the end, and we'll take pictures after the ceremony. The recipients are Margaret Anwar, Mackenzie Bonds, Samantha DiMartino, Paul Fudas, Anthony Grillo, Lauren Ivers, Vanessa Lim, Michael Masiha, Catherine Pewterspaw, John Polizois, Sarah Socrates, Jacob Solanki, Josen Thomas, Anisha Verma, and Mark Wagner. So please give them a hand.
Michael? First name? There you go, congratulations. Catherine? You're Catherine, congratulations. Your name? Anisha. Thank you so much. First name?
Hello. Now we're going to award the James R. Stuckey Dio Manipulative Medicine Scholarship. The James R. Stuckey Dio Manipulative Medicine Scholarship is named in honor of Dr. Stuckey, who served WVSOM as the Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean from 1998 to 2002. Dr. Stuckey was extremely supportive of the OMM program at that time. Students nominated must be in their second year of medical education and have a GPA of no less than 90%. The recipient of the scholarship must also have demonstrated a proficiency in manual medicine and a significant knowledge of anatomy. Professors have commented that this recipient, who's receiving it today, is incredibly well-rounded in their interests, extracurricular activities, and outstanding in their class. He has been very involved with the Fit Kids program this year, helping to educate kids on building healthy habits early. Additionally, he is also working on podcasts on substance abuse and misuse awareness in West Virginia in collaboration with Marshall University. While in a teaching pod last year, he was one of the go-to students. He was engaged and was a very good resource for his peers, always willing to help and explain to others in a way that they could understand. He is an excellent teacher. He's been able to do all this while being academically successful. We think he's truly embodying the mind, body, and spirit component of osteopathic medicine. So it is my pleasure to present this year's recipient with a check for $2,500 to Devon Town. And guess what? We get to see Dr. Wagger again. She was quite a very interesting person. The Marlene A. Wagger 10-fingered OP&P Scholarship is awarded to a second-year student with outstanding skills in osteopathic manipulative treatment. Candidates in good academic and professional standing are first nominated and then voted upon by their classmates. The winner has their name engraved on a plaque prominently displayed in the Osteopathic Clinical Skills Lab and receives a $1,000 check from a fund endowed by the royalties from the Pocket Manual of OMT, which is from our department. So buy those books, guys. So this year's recipient is Jessica Coxon. Who's with you? And Victoria.
Thank you so much.
The WVSOM Family Practice Scholarship is awarded to a second-year student who is a resident of West Virginia, has intentions of practicing family medicine upon graduation, and is in the top 2/3 of their class. It is my pleasure to present this year's recipient with this award and check for $1,500 to Elizabeth Coyle.
Good afternoon. This scholarship was established in 2006 to help recognize the commitment of the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine in fostering an educational environment that values the development of human potential, cultural and ethnic diversity, and understanding. WVSOM strives to promote equitable and fair treatment of every aspect of campus life for all persons regardless of race, ethnic background, gender, age, religion, disability, or sexual orientation. The students selected must demonstrate a strong interest in osteopathic medicine, its philosophy and principles, and excel academically. The recipient must also demonstrate an interest in eliminating the inequities in the educational, societal, and health needs of all people. The recipient of the WVSOM Diversity Task Force Scholarship for $1,000 is Preston Allison. The Choose West Virginia Practice Program is a tuition waiver program that incentivizes non-resident West Virginia medical students to remain in the state to practice. This year, WVSOM has 7 recipients. The recipients will receive a tuition waiver for the cost difference between the in-state and out-of-state tuition in the amount of $31,238 each, and in turn agree to practice in primary care or a shortage specialty in West Virginia for a minimum of 1 year. Students agree to practice at an eligible service site 1 year for every year they receive the award. Because we have so many recipients, please hold your applause until the end. The recipients of this award are Richard Cardillo III, Jonah Dababic, Benjamin Dodge, Katerina Mastronardi, Christopher Musil, Nicholas Wilson, and Joseph Wang. The picture will be taken after the ceremony.
The Rural Physician Service Program incentivizes WVSOM students to remain in West Virginia to practice medicine. Students agree to practice at an underserved or rural eligible service site within the state and received enhanced rural health training through WVSOM's Rural Health Initiative during medical school. The program is presented with financial assistance as a grant from the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission. 5 recipients will receive $22,000 each for a total of $110,000. We have a group, so we'll take a picture at the end. This year's recipients are Hannah Ankrum, Mary Kate Rossick, Kirsten Sutherland, Nicholas Wilson, and Joseph Wing.
Good afternoon, everyone. CORE stands for the Community Outreach and Relief Effort. This is a hospice volunteer program that has been developed for WVSOM students. It was developed in conjunction with Greenbrier Valley, or Hospice of Greenbrier Valley, to provide our students with an opportunity to learn about the end-of-life process from those involved directly in it, while offering valuable support to the patients and their families who are experiencing their end-of-life journey. This afternoon, we have 12 students to thank for their service, and so I'm going to suggest maybe we come up this way and down that way, if you would consider that. And I do want to thank each and every one of you for the time and dedication that you've put into this very important community-based program. And the students we will be honoring this afternoon, please come to the stage. The photo will be at the end, are Jacqueline Anderson, Radhika Bajaj, Madeline Ehler, Carly Jenny, Aaron Lewis, Braden Montana, James Austin Martin Jr., Julia Moore, Olivia Scarrow, Travis Stearman, Brennan Toller, and Aiden Ward. Thank you all for your service.
Good afternoon. Character, leadership, and community are some of the qualities that we try to promote here at WVSOM. Our student body continues to excel in these aspects on their journey to become quality, competent, and compassionate osteopathic physicians. At this time, we would like to recognize individuals who have distinguished themselves as leaders, serving to strengthen the ties we have with each other and promoting WVSOM and the osteopathic profession. These individuals have dedicated their time, knowingly or unknowingly, to building a better WVSOM, not only for themselves, but for all of us here at the institution. We are proud to present 2 scholarships today, the SGA Leadership Scholarship and the SGA Character Award. Overall, a total of $6,000 will be awarded today. Our mission as the student government is to cultivate leadership, improve the lives of students, perpetuate pride within the school and osteopathic community, encourage community involvement, and promote an understanding of diversity. Our first award, the SGA Leadership Scholarship, is to recognize students who have gone above and beyond to distinguish themselves as true student leaders over this past year. Today we will recognize 3 students from the first, second, and third year classes, and please hold your applause till the end. For the class of 2025, Jillian Gaunt and Alyssa Turner. For the class of 2024, James Eastler and Matthew Parsley. And from the class of 2023, Mark Haft and Shannon Miziak.
Very often, we recognize the accomplishments of those who achieve academic excellence and who are strong in extracurricular achievements. These students are leaders in our community, students who have earned and deserve the recognition for their truly amazing accomplishments. But there are also students who lead by example without any desire for recognition. These students exemplify what it is not only to be a compassionate student doctor, but to be a compassionate human being. In our Character Award, we recognize truly remarkable individuals who possessed and demonstrated characteristics that sometimes go unnoticed in the throes of medical school. These students were nominated by their peers for possessing compassion, integrity, and having a commitment to positive values. It is with great honor that I present to you the recipients of the SGA Character Award. And then hold your applause to the end. Natalie Fabrizio, Cassie Wagner, Ashika Chalovati, Ruth Warren, Megan Alwis, and Aaron Bazinski. This award was established by the Student Government Association in November 1996. During his life, Mr. Smith was a leader, and his spirit of community and generosity made him a beloved and respected man by his family, those in the Greenbrier Valley, and especially WVSOM. This award is to honor the campus organization that reflects some of the outstanding qualities demonstrated by Mr. Smith. All of the student clubs and organizations on campus do a tremendous amount of service to the school, our local area, across the country, and around the world. The selection of one club for this award is difficult. Before announcing this year's recipient, I would like to thank the club presidents, the officers, and the members for all of your hard work. The task of bringing life back to WVSOM was not an easy one, but one that every club took with grace and stride. It was a pleasure working with each and every one of you this year. The organization selected for this award will receive not only the honor associated with it, but also $500 from the SGA to begin its activities for next year. This year's recipient of the Frederick W. Smith Community Service Award was chosen based on their contributions to the WVSOM community. Their efforts to improve the mental health and wellness of the students as we emerge from a global pandemic is admirable and ought to be recognized. It is my pleasure to present this award to the American College of Osteopathic Neurologists and Psychiatrists Club, ACONP. It is my pleasure to present this certificate to Ruth Warren, who served as the president of the club this year.
Each year, the Student Government Association takes this opportunity to express on behalf of the student body our gratitude for all of the work, guidance, and support that we receive from the faculty and staff of WVSOM. While we have many individuals that we would like to recognize, this year in particular, we would like to thank a group of staff members whom I can only describe as the most efficient, well-oiled machine here on campus. If you have not had the opportunity to see what happens inside the walls of the Clinical Evaluation Center, I highly recommend you going up there for a visit. Whether it's Clinical Skills Lab, Practical Exam, or the OSCEs, the employees of the CEC are always on top of their game with a smile on their faces, and we very much appreciate all of the work that you do. On behalf of the entire student body, I would like to recognize and invite up to the stage the employees of the Clinical Evaluation Center, so please come up to the stage. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the current SGA leadership for their tireless work serving the students of WVSOM. Being a medical student is a full-time job, but the following individuals have gone out of their way this year to ensure a positive and memorable experience for the student body here at WVSOM. So please join me in thanking Vice President Lindsay Trussell, the SGA Secretary Stephanie Giorno, Treasurer Cassandra Ross, Historian Olivia Giambra, Touch Coordinator Brooke Siemens, and the Board of Governors Representative Abdul Al-Haram Al-Halak. Thank you. All right, and without further ado, I would like to take a moment to now introduce the new upcoming 2022-2023 SGA leadership. So please, I believe you're all here. If you could please stand at your seat as I call your name. So incoming President Dante Mattioli. Vice President Samantha DiMartino. Secretary Natalie Fabrizio. Treasurer Taylor Brooks. Historian Aaron Reese. Touch Coordinator Caroline Kays. And the new WVSOM Board of Governors Representative Olivia Giambra. Thank you.
My congratulations to all of you. I know you will be great leaders. So now it's my pleasure to present a special award to Harrison Solomon and Lindsay Trussell. Myself and others in the administration have worked closely with both of these individuals for the past year. And they have done truly a tremendous job of representing our students and WVSOM both locally and nationally. This past year, as SGA President and Vice President, Harry and Lindsay have just given generously of their time, and just hours and hours of time. I mean, leadership really does have a price that's paid by the leadership in the amount of time that they give. They served on multiple committees. We love to meet here. Headed up many events and projects, including the prom, which was an incredible event. Traveled to national meetings to represent our school and led the student leadership with incredible enthusiasm and grace. Harry and Lindsay, please. It's with true gratitude for your leadership and work on behalf of WVSOM that I present this special award to you. And it's for outstanding leadership, service, and dedication as Student Government Association President in the 21-22 academic year at the West Virginia School of Osteopathic Medicine. We extend our deepest appreciation to you. I give you your best, as you continue your careers, but these two people are true leaders, and let's give them a big round of applause. All right. Wow, we're at the end. Not too bad. Hour and almost 20 minutes. Please join me in congratulating all of our award winners. Wow, 34 award categories, $465,360 awarded. And again, thank you to all of our benefactors and to all of our recipients. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. And of course, to our donors. Thank you to all our donors as well. And another big round of applause. I also need to thank, it takes a whole community to put something like this on. And there's been a lot of work, literally months of preparation to make these events possible. You have no idea all the details. So the awards, I need to thank, for example, the award selection committee and all the staff from the president's and dean's offices, the student life office, the registrars and financial aid offices, the marketing and communications, media services and IT departments, the WVSOM Foundation and WVSOM Alumni Association offices, and certainly last but not least, the maintenance, housekeeping, and OCafe staff. I would like to thank all of you for your hard work, your dedication to WVSOM, and all of your support to our students and to the school. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, so the last thing I got to do is give a bunch of instructions. So, for the recipients of the big groups, so that's ENCOVA, Moss, Choose West Virginia, Rural Physician Service Program, CORE, the SGA Leadership and Character Scholarships, and the SGA Appreciation recipients, please stay for group photos. Award recipients, after you get your photos taken, and those who have already had their photos taken, please join our donors and presenters for a special reception for you with the donors and presenters in the small pre-function space, which is to my left. So through that door right there where Debbie's waving. So for like I said, the recipients, the donors, and the presenters. For everybody else, and everybody's going to get the same thing, is you go out these doors and we have a please enjoy an ice cream social in the large pre-function area as well. For those online, thank you for watching, and also note that you can view this ceremony again by clicking on the link on the WVSOM website. Thank you to everyone for attending, and have a great rest of your day.